And here's BlackRock. So this is a new revelation from today. 6 million views, ironically, of course. So here's Larry Fink. This is the CEO of BlackRock, major financial firm. They control a lot of real estate, billions and billions of dollars. It's a major investment firm. And infamously, in the last several years, past decade, they were pushing things like ESG, social credit scores. You know, they were judging companies that they could invest on based off of how woke they were. So the reason that every Pride Month you see Target put all the rainbows in front of their advertisements and all up in their clothes and at the front celebrating George Floyd and BLM is because they have to pass a certain ESG score to get funding. And they're also the big proponents of DEI, diversity hires. Now Larry Fink is saying that it's kind of a mistake. And let me do a quick Google check because I am not sure about Larry Fink, the CEO of BlackRock. Let's see. BlackRock, Wikipedia, what's the timer on it? Fink was born, he grew up as one of 3 in a Jewish family. There you go. Okay, and here he is.
Do you believe the woke era a failed experiment? The ESG, the DEI, the kind of push for that. When you talk about things now, you talk in a practical sense, what we can do, what we can get done. Looking back at that, how do you see it?
Society moves, the pendulum moves all the time. In BlackRock's cases, you know, we are responsible for managing money for everybody. And even today, as you said,
we are responsible for managing money for everyone. So they are the major investors for so many companies. And if you don't follow the ESG score, basically it's like somebody said gay score. It's like a woke score. Are you woke enough to get funding?
Maybe these, you know, renewables are less talked about it. I can tell you right now, we have many investors worldwide are investing in renewables, trying to emphasize solar and other things like that. We're working with Occidental Petroleum right now to building the best carbon capture factories in Texas right now. So do I believe the pendulum 5 years ago was too far? Yes.
You do?
I believe we're more practical?
You know what's so funny? I literally said that word for word yesterday. The Manosphere Red Pill era, that was meant to correct how woke it was. And here's Larry Fink, he's spelling it out. He's responsible for how woke everything went. They invested billions of dollars to change society to become extremely woke, and you guys are saying pro-gay. I mean, that is a way to classify it. The rainbow flags, transgenderism, blue hair. It's funny now because a lot of woke people are going to see, oh wait, I'm protesting billionaires all the time. I want to eat the rich. Yet my entire ideology is funded and purported by the exact people that I hate. Isn't that insane? That they spend their lives, I'm a socialist, I'm a far left, we need to eat the rich, Elon Musk is evil, billionaires are terrible, the 1%, they have all this, and then the same people that they're fighting against and spending their lives rebelling and resisting against also created everything they believe in culturally. So it looks like Larry Fink agrees with me. Yeah, the pendulum went all this way and it swung the other way. And people like me who are responsible and swinging it the other way, we face all the consequences. But it's funny that you are a crazy conspiracy theorist and you're labeled all these things and you waited a couple of years and then they admit it.
I'm personally more pragmatic too. And I believe...
But do you think BlackRock pushed...
No, I don't swing the other way. Larry Fink does in the ESG scores. I'm saying I swung the pendulum the other way, you weirdo.
Some companies a little bit further left than you thought.
It was never our intention because our job is to be... I got to be a fiduciary to everybody who gives us money. Our responsibility, Brett, is to making sure if one of our investors wants to invest 100% in hydrocarbons in Texas, I'm investing 100% of the money in Texas. But if another state fund wants us to invest in, let's say, all green energy, we're going to do that. It's their money. But today...
So here's their new objective with their billions of dollars. It's like, okay, there's no more objective to invest in ESG scores and wokeism. Now we want to create an alternative to petroleum. They want to basically fund a new form of energy. Their goal for the New World Order, you can look at where Peter Thiel and these people, the tech, the Silicon Valley, these tech billionaires, they're investing their money to try to create a different energy source. It's coming from nuclear energy, correct? Because they understand, like, now the Strait of Hormuz is closed and the world empires are going to shift in another way. And so much of the economy is dependent on petroleum, dependent on oil. And if it's now in the hands of Iran and it's going to shift in China and Russia, they are going to have more control over this oil that used to be in the hands of America, but now we're losing that because of this war. We need to go and fund a different way to supplement that energy loss. Zeno, thank you for the sub. It's no longer about wokeism. It's about oil. It's about energy.
Because of AI and the overwhelming need for power and electricity, it can't just be one way right now. It can't just be hydrocarbons. So if you see what China is doing right now, China is rapidly building more nuclear than any other country in the world. They have the largest solar fields in the world, yet they're the biggest importer of gas and oil. And so to me, more importantly today, I think society has moved into a better position of having more pragmatism, and what you're hearing from me is I'm echoing what we're hearing from our clients.
There you go. And so, message to the left. You hate the billionaires. You want to destroy the billionaire class. You want to eat the rich. You hate fascism. Here is the CEO, the Jewish CEO, Larry Fink, spelling it out, that so much of that wokeism was funded by him, and now it's no longer his priority. I would say rethink so many of these things that you apply your energy towards. When you get all up in arms about BLM, about trans rights, about, God is a black trans woman, this stuff, this is pushed by the same people that you claim to hate. Do not fall for these psyops. And a lot of times they're prevented from seeing the bigger picture because they're afraid of being called anti-Semitic for seeing the patterns and connecting the dots. They're not afraid of being called racist when they call out white supremacy, but they are afraid of being called anti-Semitic when they call out Jewish supremacy. Don't fall for that trap. Thanks again for the sub. Who are you talking to? The leftists that don't understand the bigger picture.